And so you have to recognize that, though, that you have something of value to give to the world. It might just be your kind word. It might just be your compassionate gesture. There's a story of a man who was having a moment with God before he went north or south, if you will. And he wanted to see heaven. He wanted to see heaven and he wanted to see hell. So God says, okay, let me show you this. And he shows him a big, beautiful, beautiful banquet room and an enormously filled banquet table with every good, delicious thing you could imagine. And the people all have these long sticks tied to their arms. And at the end of the sticks are the forks and the spoons. All the cutlery is at the end of the sticks. And the problem is that they can get the most fantastic food that ever was, but they can't get it to their lips. And God says, and that's hell. And so then he shows them a scene that looks very, very similar. There's people at a banquet table with the best possible food you can imagine, and they have long sticks on their arms, and the silverware is at the end of the long sticks. Only in this scene, they're feeding each other. And so the point, yeah, I know, isn't that a lovely thought? So the point is that we always, always have something of value in every situation to give. This is how we get healed. This is how the world gets healed. We are all connected to each other. You know, I'm not asking people to be in that unhealthy kind of denial. You know, that's not what this is. But the spiritualization of our life, the spiritualization of our consciousness is a process. It's a process. And so it necessarily means that things come to us in life. Things show up. You know, they're like potholes on the road of life that we get grown through. That we say, oh, I get to be big spiritually here. I get to have a big loving consciousness here. That's mine to choose. And you know, it's nice that there are signs of progress, because there's not a person here who probably isn't doing better if you've been on the path for any amount of time, better than you were doing, say, 6 months ago or a year ago or 5 years ago. So we get to be honest about where we are and say, all right, this is where I am. You know, in some places I'm pretty loving, and in some places I'm not, and in some places I'm compassionate, in some places I'm way off the mark. And I get to apply the principles right here, right here. You know, it's a work in process. My mother lives back east. They've been hit with massive amounts of snow. My poor little mother, she's like up to her earlobes in snow right now. And she keeps telling me, I look out the windows every day to see if the snow is melted enough that I can start to see the crocuses. See, so crocuses are these little flowers back east. They're purple and yellow, and they look like tiny little tulips. They grow pretty close to the ground. They'll only ever be a few inches high. But back east, that's a sign that it's getting warm enough that spring is coming. So that's the sign that there's hope, right? And so for us, we have signs in our life that we're doing better than we've done in the past, you know? Even if I'm crazy, crazy, crazy in this moment, you know, there is an authentic me deep inside. And I have to know that that authentic me is there, right? So I think of it like this. If you had, say, a really valuable antique in your home, maybe an antique chair from your great-grandparents, and you know it's really valuable. They're going to give you the big bucks for it on the Antique Roadshow, okay? This is a really valuable piece of furniture, and you have it in your bedroom. And every night you come home from your day, and you take off your clothes, and you throw your clothes on the chair. And over time, after weeks, maybe a month, you don't even know that that chair is there anymore because it's just piled high. You have a lot of laundry. You have all of it. It's all just completely covering this chair. It almost doesn't even look like a chair anymore. And then one day you say, God, I've got to do laundry. I've got to take some things to the cleaners, and I've got to wash 18 loads of clothes here. And so you start to unlayer. See, that's the thing. You start to unlayer, and then what's revealed is this beautiful, valuable piece of furniture. Now, it was there all the time. It just looked like a heap of dirty clothes. Right? So could you imagine that with me? And so this is like our authentic self. It just gets stuff heaped on top of it, right? Now that stuff that's heaped on top is not the truth about who we are. Now, when we have those moments, and everybody does, where we're resentful or angry or bitter, the thing is that we have to be willing to feel different. Willing is all it takes to get you into the park. Right? Just willingness. And I know everybody has a story about somebody that we cannot love or somebody that we cannot forgive. And all I'm going to say is you just got to be willing. You don't even have to love them or forgive them right now. Can you believe I'm saying that to you? But you don't. All you have to do is say, God, I'm willing. I can't love them right now, but you can love them through me. God, I'm willing. I cannot forgive them right now, but you can forgive them through me. And see, that will be an increment of progress for many of us. Just that little ounce of willingness.